The Z Flip 7 is a really, really good phone, but it could have been great. And hear me out. And it may even be great. But I think that when it comes to Samsung and what they've done with the Z Flip phone ever since it's come out, I feel like they still played it really safe this year. And even being 1099, I wish it would have done a little bit different things. Like I would have liked Gorilla Glass Ceramic 2 on the front. It only has Victus 2, basically the same thing as last year. Charging speed the same as last year. Cameras the same as last year. Really, the big improvements we got this year are basically they gave us the bigger front screen, which is nice, and they widened the platform a little bit. It's a little bit wider, so it's something that's almost exactly the same dimensions as the S25 Plus, except that it opens and it closes. And of course, the crease is better this year. The front screen experience, they did bump it up to 120 hertz, so I'm very happy about that. We have this 4.1-inch edge-to-edge screen, but it just doesn't feel special. It feels to me like this is the phone we should have had 2 years ago or a year ago, but now we have it today. And it's really difficult whenever you look at this inside of a vacuum. You're like, okay, well, yeah, in abstractly, very, very good phone. But then you have an amazing phone like the Razr Ultra. And I actually got to say something. I got to give Motorola a massive amount of credit here. So I made a video yesterday. I was trying to do a comparison, and my Razr Ultra went into a boot loop, and there's nothing I could do about it. So I reached out to my Motorola contact. I'm like, hey guys, I still love this phone. I want to make content about it, but I can't can't use the phone, right? And I certainly can't compare it with the Z Flip 7 to make videos or anything like that. They overnighted me another one. So thank you so much, Motorola. And I like that because they know that I'm comparing it, right? And just the fact that they stand by their product so much that they're like, here, we got you another one the next day so you can make some videos and I can give you all the full comparison video between the two. But I kind of have to start from scratch. That video is probably going to be a couple days, a week from now, because I got to go out and I got to shoot pictures all over again. Like I lost my pictures, I lost all the stuff because it's on the phone. I can't get access to because it's dead. So, yeah, the Motorola Razr Ultra, it feels special. It feels elite, not just because it has a Snapdragon 8 Elite processor, but they went all out with this phone. You can get this phone in a terabyte. You can get it with 16 gigs of RAM. You've got the faster refresh rate screen. You've got the brighter screen. You've got the more beautiful design. And we've got the cooperation with Pantone, all the different colors. They've got the different textures, like the wooden one. I've got this Alcantara leather. And then you've got the slippery Gorilla Glass Victus 2 over here, which is the same as last year. But they did church it up a little bit. Of course, we do have DeX now, so you can use DeX with this phone. I was crying and screaming and like, why can't we get this for years, right? I mean, I was used to shake my fist at the screen because I love the Z Flip so much. Z Flip 5G, man, I love that phone, especially in that slate gray color that I had. Probably to this day, one of the best colors I've ever had in a phone, and I have been in love with the Z Flip phones ever since they came out. Well, not really. I was really pissed off when they first came out with it. I'm like, why are we paying $1,380 for this? And it's a bunch of outdated stuff. And then reality sets in when you finally get one, and it's all about the experience. And that's the thing with the flip phones. It is about the experience. And I don't really have a whole lot of heartburn that this has the Exynos 2500. The Exynos 2500, everything I've seen, everything I've experienced during testing, it is a very good chip. But basically, it's like a Snapdragon 8 Generation 3. And I don't get wrapped up in the benchmarks. And this is something I talk about with Pixel all the time. It's about the experience, the mission, what they're trying to do with it. So, I mean, I'm not going to ding Samsung for putting their own like flagship level chip that they make inside of their own flip phone. So it's actually kind of a big milestone for them because, of course, this is their phone. They're not using a Snapdragon chip. And it'll be a real big testament this year how well it holds up. And I think that Samsung is confident enough in it that it does send a message like this is a pretty complete phone. And I don't have any problems with it at all. I think that, like I said, so far it's been a good chipset. I really wish they would have dug in a little bit better and given us a better front screen experience on using the apps, which, like I said, you can go in and use Good Lock and you can add apps onto the front screen, but natively you can't. And that's one of the things that I love about the Razr phones. I mean, the Razr Ultra, the Razr Plus, all those you can very easily add apps on your front screen. There's already apps on your front screen to start with. You just swipe over one, you're on the apps page, hit the little pencil edit icon, and you can add whatever you want. And I think that the resolution and the scaling and the native support is better too. So it's just odd to me that it feels like Samsung could put 500% into this and they could knock it out of the ballpark and they could crush Motorola. Yet they allow Motorola to exist and have that air of appearance that it is a better phone. And in many ways, I think it is a better phone. I like the Ultra more than I like the Z Flip 7, but the Z Flip 7 is very good and it's also very reliable. And that's one of the biggest things that people have when it comes to concerns about these flip phones and these folding phones. How well will they hold up? How reliable are they? People inherently, and rightfully so, have concerns about a screen that's basically made out of plastic that folds in half, and then Samsung says they're going to support it for 7 years. Well, I think we're at a point now where these things can actually hold up that long. They've got great resources in place, working with Ubreak iFix, working with their own stuff with Samsung Experience Store. If you have a problem, you've got the 1 year warranty. They've got great insurance with the Samsung Care, which I highly recommend. I recommend it much more with the Fold than I do with the Flip, but it is one of those things where, yeah, it's not that expensive, and it's something where you can go ahead and make sure your phone is protected. You don't have to have that worry. The cameras are serviceable, but again, they're a couple years old at this point. It's not like they're reinventing the wheel in the camera department. Battery bigger than ever, 4,300 milliamp battery, still smaller than what you get with Motorola. Slower charging speeds, not as nice of a screen. I think the screen is better on Motorola, especially with the higher refresh rate and things like that. And then it just feels more premium. Now, this one does feel premium enough, and they do like a more boxy design. It's not as rounded, so the ergonomics are not as great whenever you're holding on to it. But still, it's something where it does feel like, okay, if I drop this, it's not going to shatter and break. And of course, they reworked all the stuff with the hinge and the titanium and really double down on this experience right here, which is the front screen. They went all the way up to a 4.1-inch screen, and it's something that I think it really stands out. And it's something that the whole point of having a front screen, I think, is so that you can use stuff on the front screen. One of the biggest problems people had with these phones for the longest time was the battery life, right? So, how do you get better battery life out of your phone? Well, you use the front screen because it's smaller, it doesn't use as much battery, and you can still do things like pull up X and you can scroll through your social media feed, Instagram, things like that. Quick at a glance stuff, things that keep you from having to go like this and open your phone all the time. And you can just leave it down on the desk. And here's one thing you don't have to worry about: wobble. Like the Fold, when you lay it down on its back and it's sitting there on the desk or wherever, it wobbles. The nice thing is with this one, flat back, very flat back, and then you've got the screen up on the top, so you can just easily look down, tap it, do what you want, check in on your Samsung widgets, check your messages, reply to text messages, use your social media stuff very, very well, and very low power consumption. But even though it's got the 4,300 milliamp battery and it's rated at an extra hour basically of screen on time over last year, which is fine. I mean, I think these phones are more pedestrian, they're more consumer friendly phones. It's not one of those phones where it's like, okay, I have to be a tech enthusiast, somebody who's sitting around with $2,000 to spend on this crazy fold experience. This one, much more affordable. They always have good deals whenever it comes to carriers and things like that. They have decent deals with Samsung with the trade-in and the things like that, but it's not like it used to be. I think they've just kind of gotten comfortable with the platform, but they also know that, okay, Motorola's market share is not that big, so more people are going to buy into the brand name, the reliability, the history, and the legacy. Samsung created this platform, and this is the seventh generation whenever it comes to flip phones. I mean, we're on the Z Flip 7 now, folks, and everything's better than ever. We're at a place now where it's one of those things where it's not an exception, it's part of the game. And you got 12 gigabytes of RAM, 256 gigabytes of storage. You got that beautiful new coral color. I love that color. And then you've got the mint color as well. So they got a couple exclusive colors. Well, I mean, they're all exclusive to Samsung, but I mean, you've got the online exclusive mint color, which you can get. But at the end of the day, if you want a flip phone, this is the best flip phone that you can get from Samsung, and arguably it's the best one you can get, period. I mean, as much as I do love the Motorola Razr Ultra, I wish it had more than 3 years of operating system updates, right? It doesn't have seven. It doesn't have 7 years of security patches. This one, 7 years of operating system updates, 7 years of security patches, and now we have DeX, and then we have it. The Exynos 2500 is a good chip. I know it's funny. People complain so much about the Tensor chip which was manufactured by Samsung in cooperation with Google, and everybody calls it an Exynos chip, and everybody hates on it so much. But then you don't have that same level of hate here with the Exynos 2500. At least I don't hear it. I don't hear it, and I don't see it, and I don't see a problem with it because I think so far, like I said, it's been a good chip, and it's going to perform flagship level stuff. It sends a message that I've been saying for a long time. We don't have to have 4 gigahertz processors in our phones. All you get with a 4 gigahertz processor is you get a lot of power, but you get more power consumption. It generates more heat. And if you don't do good heat mitigation, then that's going to make for a bad phone experience. So I think that this does a good job of giving flagship level performance, mitigating heat, getting decent battery life, lasting all day, especially for a flip phone consumer. And then you get the reliability with the 7 years of support. I just want to see them swing for the fences. I feel like Motorola came out, and the Razr Plus is a fantastic phone. But basically the 2025 Razr Plus is essentially a refresh of last year it's the same chip, right? So when you look at the Razr Plus and you look at the Exynos that's in here, they're basically on par with each other. So I think that this phone is an excellent response and answer to the Razr Plus. But then this is like a dream sheet phone, like a wish list phone that I am just so glad that they made, that I know a lot of people are not going to spend $12.99 to buy a Razr Ultra. I know a lot of people don't have the same level of like that safety net and security buying into that expensive a Motorola phone, especially when you know you're not getting monthly security patches. You know it takes like a year to get a software update. This one loaded out with One UI 8, Android 16 already, and that's fantastic. And they've done a lot of great stuff. You get the Gemini Live integration on the front screen. So overall, if you want a flip phone, there are some options. This one is a fantastic option. It's still $200 cheaper than the Ultra, and it is very competitive, if not even better than the Razr Plus. So I think they did just enough. But man, I would love to see a Z Flip Ultra. Like if we got a Z Flip Ultra and I could carry that around in my pocket, that would just be like the chef's kiss on a Samsung flip phone or a flip phone in general. But I also love competition. Motorola does their own thing. They stand out, more fashionable, more elegant, better ergonomics, and yeah, they're pushing it in the spec war a little bit more than Samsung, but I think this is still a good phone. The only complaint that I have so far with it, I wish the haptics were a little bit better. They feel kind of soft typing on this phone. Haptics are better on the Motorola. I feel like they maybe even were better in the past, but I haven't touched a Z Flip 6 in so long. I can't be like, okay, definitively. But it does feel a little bit softer on the haptics. I wish it was a little bit better haptic motor, a little bit more succinct, and had some more kick in it. But overall, if you want to get a flip phone, if you love Samsung phones, I mean, this one is no brainer in that department. And of course, they got the pre-order deals. I got affiliate link in the description if you want to go that route. But I just kind of wanted to have some more discussion about it. So many people have been like, okay, you made a lot of Z Fold videos. I want more on the Z Flip. And I wanted to talk about it a little bit more today because I think it deserves to be talked about because it is a very good phone. I just wish that they would have just gone that extra little notch and given us the ultra level experience. I feel like they did that with the Fold. I feel like the Fold is, yes, very much kind of an ultra experience. This is a great experience. I just wish it was an ultra experience, right? So that's all I got. If you have any questions, comments, gripes, concerns, complaints, all those things, please, of course, go to the comment section. I'll do my best to get back with you. If you enjoyed the video, please hit the like and the subscribe button and the little notification bell if you want updates when new videos come out. And as always, thanks for being here. I appreciate you watching, and I'll see you guys next time.